It's the UFC Vegas 62 co-meet event, and it's an absolute banger. I cannot wait for this one. Slap the meat if you're new here, if you're looking for locks and laughs. Meat Boy MMA is providing for sure. So, who are you taking in this one, Meat? I can't wait to get your thoughts. Cub Swanson versus Jonathan Martinez. Some call him the Dragon. However, we know that Lyoto Machida is obviously the true Dragon in the UFC, but nonetheless, he's on a three-fight win streak, that being Dragon Martinez, and he looked very impressive most recently against Vince Morales. I mean, the guy has won 5 of 6 fights. The only loss was a meatlock just happened to be, and it was a fight where he was winning the first round, looking very good against Dangerous Davey Grant, and then ultimately just got absolutely slept by Dangerous Dave in that one. But it's his only blemish recently. He does have early UFC losses to Andre Ewell and Andre Soccer Mom, so he doesn't have great luck against the Andres, and those are some bad losses. But he's taking on the legend Cub Swanson, who at 28-12, what he just did most recently against Darren the Damage Elkins, I thought was like the best Cub Swanson. I don't know if I want to say that we've ever seen, but definitely that we've seen in the last 5 years. I mean, it took him like 2 minutes. He absolutely smoked the Damage Elkins, and we know Darren the Damage as a guy who can accumulate just that damage. But Cub Swanson managed to finish him early and often. Just beautiful combinations, like almost reminded me of Donald Cowboy Cerrone over Rick Story. Just beautiful timing, insane finish in that one. And I was pretty impressed. And the only question I have though is peak almost Cub Swanson just a couple months ago at 145 is now dropping to 35 late in his career. Being asked to take on Dragon Martinez in a co-meet. I don't know. We can rifle off the resume of Cub Swanson all day, but right away, I mean, what are your thoughts on him dropping to 35? Is that going to work out in his favor, or is this a bad idea and the Dragon's going to smoke him? Who are you taking?
Yeah, this is a very good matchup. I'm just a little concerned with Cubs cutting to 135 for this debut. Jonathan Martinez has been looking great, like you said, 3-fight win streak, looking absolutely phenomenal, performancing, and um, I don't know. It's definitely a lot of question marks, but like you said, he's been looking great at 145. I'm not sure why he moved down, to be honest, but uh. Man, I don't know. Me personally, I think it's going to come down to the weight cut and the face-off. But as of right now, I'm going to pick Jonathan Martinez. But I do like Cub as a nice plus 170 dog. I mean, Cub's been looking great his last 4 fights. I mean, the Giga kick, not much really happened in that fight. If they run it back, would it be the same? I don't know. Giga looked insane from that fight and then soon got decrowned and demoralized a fight later. So we don't
Mm-hmm.
really know if Giga is the real deal or not. But I think Jonathan Martinez is going to have the advantage and possibly maybe even the strength. It just depends how the weight cut goes, to be honest. This is such a tough one to call. Cub should be bigger, but maybe not. It just depends on how he cuts, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, Cub did beat, the GOAT Artem Lobov, so I can't really put anything past him. So this should be a good fight. But I'm just gonna lean Jonathan Martinez just slightly, purely from age, and it seems that he's starting to peak right now and really have this up trajectory. So if he can get through Cub, I think he's gonna have a title fight in one, maybe two more fights. But he's right there.
Yeah, he is right there and seemingly getting better every fight. Like you wonder if that Dangerous Davy loss maybe was a good thing for his career because he does seem to have turned a page, turned a new leaf, and is looking like an absolute monster for sure. And just to kind of elaborate, just to expand on, Swanson's recent resume, he has been looking good at 45, right? I mean, he had the fight of the night finish over Kron Gracie. That was in a co-meet and essentially sent. We haven't seen Kron Gracie since then, basically, and he also has that performance tonight, again, as mentioned, over Elkins, and a win over Daniel Pineda, where he was like a 3-1 dog in that one as well. They only lost to Giga, nailed him with that Giga Chad kick, and essentially just sucked the air out of Cub Swanson for sure. But this is just a great levels test. I just love your point of it's tough to predict on, we're recording this on Tuesday without seeing what this weight cut is going to look like. Is Cub Swanson this late in his career really going to be sucked out wearing that cut to 35, or has it been just a absolutely perfect cut where he's completely retooled, retailored his lifestyle and is going to make this cut with ease? Tough to determine on Tuesday, right? So I hear your points for sure. And if we look at Tapology, 43% is still rolling with Cub, even at 135. So I don't want to say I'm surprised to see Cub getting over 40%, but I guess I would have expected a little bit more love for Martinez. And 57% is rolling with the Dragon. Majority beige going for that decision. If you're going with Martinez, do you think he gets a finish in this one? And might it be gnarly? Because I don't know, if Cub doesn't win this fight, that to me says that it was a bad cut and he maybe got slept. Am I tripping?
Yeah, I think if Martinez does win, it is by KO. Especially because who knows how this weight cut goes. He's cutting. I mean, it's crazy that he even makes 145. Cub's pretty lean and shredded and big for that division. Let alone 135. So I don't know if he's, hitting up the EPO, CEO of EPO or whatnot, but it'll be interesting to see him at 38 making this kind of a weight cut. Like, that's just mind blowing. Very rare do you see someone at that age making big weight cuts. Usually they're bulking up because at that age you start to not really have the ability or, the mental game of just like, is this even worth it? Might as well just fight at my normal weight cut. So props to him for doing this. Where's Waldo did it, but Waldo's also way, way younger. So I don't know. This will be very interesting. But yeah, this is a tough one to call. It just all comes down to this weight cut. But as of now, I'm leaning Martinez.
Yeah, and who knows? Perhaps the Jose Waldo comp is a good one because when Aldo went to bantamweight, we saw some of his best performances at 35 at the tail end of his career, right? So in this one, we were discussing it earlier. I said that I would pick Cub Swanson if this fight was at 145, and it's at 135. I like the points that the entire story is going to be about the weight cut, but ultimately, I think Cub Swanson is a professional. He's going to get this weight cut done, and ultimately, I got to pick him against Jonathan the Dragon Martinez. Like, I don't know. The Cub Swanson that I saw against Darren Elkins, that guy looked like a true levels test for many, many dudes in the UFC, and that dude to me was someone who could compete and likely beat Dangerous Davy Grant. So you hate to always reference MMA math, but if Dangerous Davy is sleeping the Martinez great gravy train, then I think the gravy train is getting slept by Cub Swanson in this one. So I got to roll with Cub, but I don't know. It's if Martinez gets it done, then obviously that's not shocking as well. But story of the week, got to be the weight cut. So excited to see for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Throw in the comments who you got. You going with Cubby or the Dragon?